how to beat them.
That was a very different time though. Direwolves, a very different roster to the current iteration of Bleed. And on a very different map as well. We're going to head over to Bank instead of what I believe was the Skyscraper that we saw them last play against each other. His rotation holes, one made inside of Tells, does mean that he can extend his reach over into Lobby, but Handy will clean him up.
There is a trade, however. Reaps has taken down the Hibana. I wonder if there's a chance here that Bleed could try and use their 3 remaining reinforcers to get some of these hatches that they previously hadn't gotten, now that that primary hard breach has been taken down.
Vidiking, though, with 2 of the secondary hard breach charges in hand, will start to make work through this mid-round to be able to place them down, but Turd actually is still here on the ground floor. I don't know if FaZe know about this. I can only imagine there must be some kind of flank drone over in the lobby side. They have made their entry work down the main stairs with Handy, unfortunately, being traded out. They actually do know. I think good diligence there from FaZe to put a drone there and make sure that they can keep him at bay.
So that drone was indeed in lobby, but it's hard to tell, Mandy. Do you think they actually are aware of that position?
I think they know. I think they definitely know, right? They know that Reeves has fallen back. You can see that with, the behavior at the moment in the mid-round. They're playing pretty freely over inside of the, top square, open area type thing. But as they make their way down into server, someone will have to keep an eye on the flank that's going on. That's got to be Handy, who's a dead man.
FaZe have been perfect at clearing out a lot of this utility on the site as well. All of the bulletproof cameras, all of the Vulcan canisters, it's all gone down. But Turd, he has been left to his own devices, and it seems like Vidiking, in fact, was not aware. And now FaZe will have to watch their flank.
Oh, really? I thought they absolutely knew, but here goes KDS. He's going, okay, I need to ignore Turd on the top floor, and we need to have a think about the bomb site, but there goes Reeves, take down Souls.
Oh, and it's all falling apart for FaZe. Cyber, he might be a great entry player, but he only finds his first kill right at the very end of the round. Far too little, far too late.
Points then go through their decision making, right? They have 2 sets of hard reach, so if they want to go in and try and do something on square, they could, but then they need to worry about flanks, and that's not really cool against Bleed. With the vertical game having gone down, they could then go and translate their push horizontally over into Tells and Archives as well, or they could just go for a hatch drop, and that looks like what they're going to do.
They see the pick and they go for it. The nade, it does find the kill onto Asfi. Souls has been massive in this round, but coming in for a flank. Reeps is only good for 1. All up to Hoven now in a 1 versus 4, and he is completely surrounded and cut out of the bomb site. The plan has been secured. There's a decent amount of information, but he can't secure the kill. Cyber takes him down.
The plant down.
A fairly passive play from Bleed. FaZe unafraid of executing at any point in the round, as we know. It's a simple holding angles matter for FaZe as they decide when it is to move in. Here goes Souls. Looks for a bit of a spray, and he looks to force down the diffuser with no util to cover, but 2 guns to come to life in the cover for FaZe. 3 players left for Bleed as they are unable to deny that diffuser plant. They must now retake in an incredibly unenviable position.
Well picked apart from FaZe as now is forced Bleed into a retake position. Turd is going to try and take the long angles with the 1.5x in hand, but Handy's going to be the one to shut down the push coming in through top square. It's Mentalist full white in a 1 versus 3. Surely he's not going to be able to claim this one. It's a near impossible retake, and KDS is going to finish him off. Time is thinking about dropping the back. Actually, Vidiking's going to send the Monty in through the back instead, so a 2-way push for FaZe as they look for this execute.
And Souls drops straight into the fire. He dodges it just barely, but he doesn't land the fight. Cyber goes down, and Bleed come to life. But FaZe have kept pace here. They have found quite a few picks as Reeps goes down as well. It's all up to Hoven. Is there a Yokai 4 plant denial? That is the question that remains. FaZe have got no clue where he is, and too little too late on the observation blocker. And now Vidiking, low HP Handy as well, but the Monty will be a devilish devil to take down, and Vidiking does end up ADS. Looks like it just peeks in through that doorway. That's a new angle. I certainly didn't know about that one.
Hoven as well being really kept at bay at the back of Beepers as well. By that angle, Souls is eventually going to fall off it, but finally Cyber is actually the second set of boots in the building and is going to be able to use his clutch drones to see what he can find and come towards the execute phase of the round. There goes Handy as well, reclaiming the control that KDS established for him on the line. He has a player locked inside of Elevator and is able to land a nice shot onto Reeps.
Reeps over peaking just a little bit there. Now Asfi looks to try and make something happen in return, but it's not going to work out for Bleed so far. They are down a man, and FaZe have plenty of time to make something work. As I say that, there has been an injury. And look at this from Asfi. He's hungry for it. However, it costs him his life. A 2v3 now for Bleed, as Mentalist and Hoven must go nuclear.
Probably not the smartest play, I would say, from Asfi. It has still kept FaZe in the man advantage. They know that there's a player on the main stairs. They have so much info on the map. And with Mentalist in 1 versus 3 with only 28
some
HP, surely...
through that admin wall and deep into the open area.
They've got a little bit of a pinch going on to the players on the ground floor, but actually, it's Cyber. Somehow, I can only imagine he must have dropped the stock hatch or something like that to actually land this kill to Asfi as he tries to pull off.
Yeah, I don't know how he had the information and the timing to make that work, but an early pick for Bleed leaves Asfi with only 1 kill and 6 deaths in the game thus far. And FaZe on the other side looking poised to take yet another round. And for Reaps, the player that has beaten FaZe before and knows what it takes, he will need to have an impact in this late round. Handy has now taken down that Yokai drone once again. Vidiking with the Twitch can peel apart all of this util on site. Finally, the bulletproof camera can stun it for just a moment. Hopefully a Bleed player can finish off that Twitch drone. Otherwise, there's so much on the board for FaZe.
It's a little scary though. There is actually still 1 Yokai drone in the hands of Hoven and 3 of the smoke canisters from Mentalist. Mentalist needs to start throwing them out now. There's only 30 seconds left to go for FaZe. Now is the time where you really want to look out the bomb site.
Here comes that gas. Handy is forced on back. And as you are right, it will need to be a frag fest. Cyber goes in. He finds nothing! Mentalist shuts him down. He might have saved the round as a result, but Souls looks to go deep. Vidiking as well in the affair. Another kill potentially for Souls as Handy looks to force down this plant, but there is very little information on the board for Bleed to try and deny this plant. Time ticking away. Souls caught in a crossfire, but here's a retake called upon for Bleed. Now for Reaps, the last man standing for Bleed to stave off 5 rounds in a row for FaZe. Confirmed.
In this top floor, yes, he is the solace, but he has no fall-off route through Bananas being covered by a rappel. And right on the other side of this is Aspi, who's looking in for the entry. There goes KDS, though, rounding the corner, and Banana. Where is the player on the parking rappel? Hello? Is he not taking him down yet? There's even a player on top of Square that he's trying to... Okay, finally, thank you, Turd. A little too late, though. One of his teammates has been sacrificed.
That's so unnecessary there. KDS had a great roam, but Bleed surely should have punished that. I'm not sure the miscomm, but there was so many drones. Turdster should have been able to pick that and take him down. Oh, Cyber. That's a really nice nade from Reaps on the other side to take Cyber down to low HP.
Scary moments now for Bleed, and yes, they do actually have the buck in the building, so it's not over just yet. It was a 1-to-1 trade. It's not too bad, all things considered. That being said, though, it is a basement bomb site, so they still have a lot more of the map to clear with 1 minute and 20 seconds left to go. When we saw FaZe in this position, they were basically right next to the bomb site. Oh, it's a nice pick, though, from Reaps. Yeah, and there's another player looking to peek him now. It is Handy trying to get back to site. There's actually information, I'm not sure where that is, but instead of going for the pick, he decides the more restrained option will consolidate the position for FaZe. There's a vault cam in square somewhere. I don't know where it is, but there is a vault cam in square somewhere that's seen the entry of Reaps as he makes his way in. Turd, though, ooh, nice pick as well onto Vidiking. Oh, he goes for 2 in through garage control, but taken down. But it's Souls and a 1-on-3. Turd has just done magic. This is winnable, though, for Souls. He's had a great game so far, and he's playing the perfect operator to take these 1v1s and isolate positions, deny that plant. The time is ticking down as well. There are Fenrir Dread Mines on the site. Tough execute, though, still here for Bleed as they make their way in through server. Yes, 1-on-3 is certainly in the realm of possibility, like you said, but it's still tough to do. Souls has got an absolutely monumental task in front of him. Here comes the first gas babe. In goes a flash. Okay, the plant has been denied for now and can be denied for the remainder of the round as well. Bleed need to pivot. They need to go deep. They need Reaps to stand up now, or else Souls will have a clutch on his hands. As we say that, Mentalist looks to force down this plant, and now, gassed out of the position, he is taken down on the retreat. A 1v2 now for Souls, as these 2 players from Bleed need to make sure not to let this one slip by them. Reaps above, he hits the adrenal surge, he looks for the swing, and he secures the kill. Well, you can see the 1 under his, what's it called, under his UI. That does mean 1 observation tool has been taken, right? Or is that what that means? I can't remember. Yeah, it means it's like 1 gadget, so... Is that 1 gadget or 1 observation tool? I believe it's a gadget, but I'm not sure. Here comes Cyber, though. He's coming up the square stairs. He's taken down Reaps. That's a big pick now, as Bleed don't have confidence that they will not be flanked below. Danger now with the final 40 seconds of the round starting to tick by for Bleed. They need to start thinking about their move, but here goes Mentalist down below, anticipating that there will be a player here down below, trying to deny the plant. That's Cyber, and he's going to be taken down.
With that, Asfi's also jumped into stop here. 4v4, Hoven secures a man advantage for Bleed. Handy prone inside of front desk. Bleed need to look to force down a plant, otherwise they will succumb to these gunfights. Handy in an awkward spot, but Vitaking's gone down, meaning he has to deliver here. Surrounded and cut down.
Here's Cyber in the ground floor. Coming off the top floor pretty early. There are only 2 players left in the top floor at the moment. One of them is going to be dead. Stuck on the other side. Oh, Reaps! He almost looks away at the wrong time, but it's actually Vitaking to dodge the nade and claim the first.
That's a big pick there for FaZe to kick off. If that had gone the other direction, then Bleed would be very comfortable on this drone clear. But instead, FaZe have an advantage, and they can start moving back. They can start forfeiting these positions, knowing full well in the late round they will maintain this numbers advantage.
No, they kind of don't need to fall off, though. They can still sit here in the top floor because of the absence of the hard breach at the moment on the janitor wall. Mentalist is actually going to take it over to Kanto instead, which has actually been completely mute jammed off. The player inside of janitor, Vitaking, is completely safe. The only point of contest that Bleed have now is this player coming in through lobby and maybe Hoven in top square or something like that, but actually the players on the top floor are very safe.
Tursa has a big opportunity here. Oh, did he see the leg? Did he see the leg for a second? Does he see the player in janitor closet? I'm not sure if there's a line of sight, but it doesn't matter because he pushes too aggressively and goes down to Handy. Now Hoven might have it down, but Vitaking is not out as of yet. KDS has jumped into the fray. Handy for another kill, all up to Mentalist. That's a nice pick, but there will be a trade for FaZe. And with that, match point on the card. To expedite this. And look at that, Cyber, the sole roamer, I believe, on the entire map. He's holding on here in open area, but that's a very quick entry from Asfi to take him down. Looking for a refrag. Handy will have to fall back.
Nice work so far from Bleed. They've realized that the entire map has been forfeited to them. Free real estate, they'll take that for free. And really nice stuff to get that first pick onto Cyber, who's had an uncharacteristically quiet game for FaZe. But in the absence of that, some of his teammates have really stepped up to the plate. Oh, info as well for Turd, going in through garage. If someone holds this drone here for him, he can actually go in, right? Oh, and not only that, but they've actually had the cams as well off the back again, that first pick with the Dope B. KDS has got to shoot his own camera, and that means he's very vulnerable to this backstab from Turd.
Yeah, there's no information now for FaZe about whether there's a player moving in from garage. They will have to train a gun on it for the remainder of this round. And with Bleed having that information on the drone, there's a very low chance that FaZe win that gunfight. Oh, Reaps! Very low HP. He's tempted to push for it, but Turds times his push to perfection.
Really good stuff there from Ted, identifying the vulnerable point. Now, the next point of danger for FaZe is that Souls is kind of alone as well, right? He's all the way over in blue. No one's there to support him. Oh, but they kind of forgot about him, right? There's actually no one looking his direction at the moment, so he's going to get aggressive. A minute left to go, though. FaZe, with the man disadvantage, are in a really rough spot now if the Execute decides to push on in. Now, Bleed, they've realized that there's a lot of utility on the backside of the map, are actually going to look in for a lobby take instead, find the point of least resistance, and jump down on it.
This is the right call. There's no doubt about it for Bleed. But with Tursa starting to move in from garage, and with Hoven finding the pick onto Handy, then FaZe may well be locked out of sight. Souls was so far from home, leaving Vitaking all alone as he finds the first one. Big pick, and the trade comes through. Mentalist secures it, all up to Souls. A 1v3 he could not achieve before, perhaps a 1v4 to win the game. Mentalist and Asfi, they have the diffuser, but Souls is low HP. 20 seconds to play as Mentalist opens the case and starts to secure that diffuser. He fakes it. The Souls, once again, here's the sound cue. He needs to win the fight, but Asfi lands his headshot. And Turts has found the opening as well. On this rappel, he has redeemed himself for a missed opportunity earlier in this game. Vitaking now feeling all kinds of pressure, but he finds two. And now Asfi needs to deliver. Hoven has jumped in and helped out as well. Asfi about to get C4'd, but no, it's Hoven that falls victim. Tursa has gone down undefeated, unshaken, unfazed. Brazil have their first team on stage in Atlanta.